Good morning or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this video. Welcome back to our Math 7 screencast series. Today we are starting Lesson 5. We just took our quiz on the first half of this unit, Unit 4. Today we're going to be graphing proportional relationships. We just did a lesson on is it proportional or not based on the data, whether it's a ratio or not. So today we're going to look at, is it a proportion based on a graph? So first you need to know what a graph looks like. So this is a coordinate plane. We got a bunch of vocab to go over. We have 4 quadrants on a coordinate plane. Quadrant 1 is all positive. Quadrant 2, it kind of goes counterclockwise. Quadrant 2 is negative x's and positive y's. Quadrant 3 is double negatives. And quadrant 4 is positive x's with negative y's. If anything falls on the line, that is no quadrant. Okay, you have the x-axis, you have the y-axis in the middle of the grid where it's like a kind of crosshair is the origin. It's usually labeled with the point O, and there you have it. So how do you know if a graph is proportional? 2 things. First, does my graph make a straight line? It can't bend in any way, shape. It can't curve. It can't change direction at all. It must be a straight line. And by definition, a line has to be straight. So saying it's a straight line is redundant. So you can just say it's a line. It has to be a line. Second, it has to go through the origin. Okay, so at where they meet, it has to go through there at the origin. It has to start at the origin. Okay, so 2 things. It does say here straight line, which is why I said it. But really, when you have a line, it's straight. And it has to go through the origin. Boom. 2 tests. So when we have a grid, you have to go through the origin, and you have to make sure it's straight. So you have to plot these points. So if you look here, they plotted these points amazingly. You can see it's a line, and you can see it goes to the origin. So this is a proportion. Once you see these, if you just look at a graph, it's like amazingly easy and quick to determine if it's a proportion or not. If you have to graph them yourself, it's not the quickest way, but it is certainly a way to do it. So let's take a look at this. James earns $5 an hour babysitting. Okay. Determine whether the amount of money James earns babysitting is proportional number of hours he babysits. So let's logically think it through. If he babysits for 0 hours, he makes $0. So far we're doing well, right? We start at the origin. If he babysits 1 hour, $5, 2 hours, $10, and 3 hours, $15. Now, this is going to be a struggle with my mouse here, but okay. Let's try again. Not much better. Okay. It is a straight line. However, I cannot make a straight line with this mouse, and I don't have a line drawing tool down here. You're just going to have to trust me that that's a line. Okay? It is. I promise you it's a line. All right. Boom. You want some proof? I'll give you some proof here. Hold on. Can I move this? No, I can't. Why can't I move this tool? That is, hide tools. There we go. Boom. The amount of money James earns proportional to the, okay, there's the proof in the pudding. I want my tools back. Oh, well. How am I going to stop the video? That makes me sad. I shouldn't have hit that button. Oh, well. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, next up, we have here another example. So here you have another graph. When they graph this, if you look, this makes a line. However, it does not start at the origin. So this is not proportional. Okay, it is a linear relationship. It is not proportional, though. So let's take a look at this one. 0, 0, 1, 4, looks good so far. 2, 8, still good. 3, 13, however, throws the curve a little bit. If you look here, it's good, and then it kind of sharpens a little bit. So right here is a little bit of an issue. So this is not proportional. If you go back to the previous lesson, you could show this fraction is good, this fraction is good, this fraction is not good. Okay. So if you're not sure, if the graph is a little bit funky, just double check the ratios. Make sure that they line up. All right. If you ever have to compare the 2 lines, right? Easy peasy, right? So these are both lines. This one goes to the origin. That's proportional. This one does not. That's not proportional. It's super easy to compare lines and see if they're proportional or not. All right. And there you have it. That is all that we have to do today. If you have any questions, see me in class. Shoot me